Hello everybody, Kizilla here. Welcome back to Pokemon Yellow. So in the last episode, we got both the rainbow badge, and we went through the rocket hideout to get the Sylph Scope. So before we do anything else, I'm gonna put Monarch up front. Now, with the Sylph Scope, we're supposed to head back to Lavender Town. However, we're not going to be doing that just yet. Instead, we're actually going to head over this way to Route 16. Now, Route 16 is a bit of an interesting route. So, we can't actually go down Route 16 just yet because we need a bicycle in order to do that. However, here, we can actually encounter some new Pokemon. Oh yeah, that's right, there's also you. But we can encounter some new Pokemon here. What do you have to say? How'd you get in? Good effort. That, was basic, but okay. Come in here. Oh, you found my secret retreat. Please don't tell anyone I'm here. I'll make it up to you with this. You received HMO2. HMO2 is Fly. It will take you back to any town. Put it to good use. That we will, because we are immediately teaching it to Teto. With Fly, we can now just fast travel. I believe we have the badge for it as well. I'm going to be getting rid of Growl. So make sure you pick up Fly, because that is going to be a major help. Now, regarding the grass over here, we do have some new encounters. First things first, if you didn't have a flying-type Pokemon before, you can actually encounter a brand new Pokemon here in the form of Doduo, which is arguably the best flying-type Pokemon of the non-legendary birds that are in this generation. See, Fly may be very useful, but if you haven't gotten a Pidgeot or a Fearow yet, there's not going to be really any Fire worth adding to your party for a while. So, in case you want to use a disposable flying-type Pokemon, you can catch Doduo here. Dodrio is actually a very good Pokemon, however. Now, admittedly, if we could go further down, we'd be able to enter Route 17, which is the first place that Pokemon Yellow players can encounter, well, they can encounter Ponyta, which is the first Fire-type Pokemon since Charmander, if you haven't actually, you know, done the game corner for Vulpix. So, now that we are back here, we can head into the, Pokemon Tower. Now, what's the deal with the Pokemon Tower, you might be wondering? Well, here's the thing. The Pokemon Tower, I did mention this in an earlier episode when we first arrived here, but we're not actually meant to beat this place on our first try yet. What do you have to say? I came to pray for Michael Fairy. I can't stop crying! You come to pay respects? Oh, bless you. My Growlithe, why did you die? I'm a channeler. There are spirits up to mischief. What do you have to say? Pokemon Tower was erected in the memory of Pokemon that had died. I see. Well, while we're here, well, there's our, annoying little rival. Now, it is worth mentioning that, the rivals team will differ a bit depending on... Hey, Kizilla! What brings you here? Your Pokemon don't look dead. Well, I can at least make them faint. Let's go, pal. So your Pokemon will... Well, your rival team will differ depending on which evolution he will get. He always leads off with his own Fearow, but considering we just beat Erica in the Rocket Hideout, you don't mean much to me, pal. Now, it's worth mentioning that in Red and Blue, a lot of people, for whatever reason, speculated that, hey, his Raticate's probably dead, even though, no, he has been using different team members throughout this entire journey. Which is... kinda weird. Alright, so since our rival's going to be having Vaporeon, he's going to have a Vulpix and a Magnemite on his team. Again, Tedo is just here to sweep. Now, it is worth mentioning that in Red and Blue, there is one wild Pokemon that can't be found here in Yellow. But in order to actually be able to find most of the wild Pokemon, you need to have the Silph Scope. And while I could use, here's the thing. I could be using Fly, but Drill Peck has about the same power and doesn't require 2 turns to charge up. But Fly is still a good move because it's one of the few Flying-type moves that is actually strong in this gen. What? You stinker! I took it easy on you too. Hey, how's your Pokédex coming, pal? I just caught a Cubone. I can't find the grown-up Marowak yet, though. I doubt there are any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, pal. Smell you later. Sure. Alright, so... with the rival having been dealt with, even we could not identify the wayward ghosts. A Silph Scope might be able to unmask them. That hints that you're supposed to do the Rocket Hideout before coming here. If you have any Psychic types, such as, for example, in Alakazam, you're gonna want to use them. Begone, evil spirit! Because these channelers will have Ghastly, the only Ghost-type Pokemon line in this entire generation. Ghastly is part Poison, so obviously you're gonna want to use Psychic on it. In fact, that's just the major problem with this entire generation. There's too many Poison types. Phew, the spirit left! Okay, so... all the channelers on this floor will only have Ghastlies. From this floor onwards, we can encounter Ghastly in the wild, as well as Haunter. In Red and Blue only, you can also encounter Cubone. However, before you get the Silph Scope, you're not going to be able to actually find, or you're not going to be able to identify Ghastly and Haunter. They'll just appear as generic ghost sprites. Now, unfortunately, Ghastly can't really take advantage of its high special stat, especially in its final form Gengar, due to the fact that many of this generation's... okay, well, like, the only Ghost-type move in this generation is Lick, which is... physical. Yeah, Ghost was physical for its first 3 generations. That's why Ghost became super powerful thanks to this physical special split. Now right here, we can find an elixir. Right here will be an awakening. And down here will be an HP up. Admittedly, I don't want to fight too many trainers, just because We're really only here because we have to be. On the 5th floor, we can actually encounter Cubone. It's at a 5% chance, and it eventually evolves into Marowak. I want to say... I don't think the Thick Club exists yet, but in future generations, we can get the Thick Club, which it doubles the attack stat of Marowak and Cubone. So these right here will heal your Pokemon. Zombies! What? So this channeler also has a Ghastly. 2 of the channelers on this floor have Haunters instead of Ghastly. Again though, because they're part poison type, they're not really worth much. However, I wouldn't recommend going directly over to the stairs just yet. See that item right there? Oh, frick. Don't I have super repels? Yeah, I do. This item is a nugget. That's going to be immensely helpful for us. Coming up the stairs, welcome to the 6th floor. You are going to need the Silph Scope for this floor in order to actually progress. Now, admittedly, down here will be a fight, firstly. Give me blood. Okay. This channel is gonna have 3 Ghastly, which is... okay. Like, that's not gonna stop you from getting steamrolled. Now, the reason why we are doing this is because we need to do this in order to be able to get to our next gym badge. However, we can still catch our next team member after we do this entire thing. Alright, so we defeated the Channeler. Come down here and you'll get an X accuracy. So coming up here, we are gonna have to fight all 3 channelers. All 3 of the channelers on this floor if you want to get all the items. Otherwise, you only have to fight 2 of them. Jeez. Yeah, get past the trainers, and there will be an item blocking the way. Alright, level 37. Something fell out! Gee, I wonder what it is. Anyways, I am going to put Monarch in the front. So this item is actually going to be a rare candy. That's a free level up. So if you don't have the Silph Scope, you'll be forced to run away from this fight. Be gone, intruders! That is, unless you have a Pokédoll in red and blue. Because there's a glitch where you can just use it and then completely move forward. Silph Scope unveiled the goat's identity! A wild Marowak has appeared. So a level 30 Marowak that you have to fight. Here's the deal. This Marowak will dodge every single Pokeball that you try to throw at it, so you can't catch it. Ow! Okay, I guess we're just using Thrash. The ghost was the restless soul of Cubone's mother. The mother's soul was calmed. It departed to the afterlife. Super potion. This is the fight only in yellow, by the way, on the top floor. Grandpa here wanted to complain, so we're setting him straight. So render yourself invisible or prepare to fight. That didn't rhyme up at all, you idiots. Anyways, it's Jesse and James, you get the idea. So in Red and Blue, there will actually be 3 rocket grunts here instead. They will have... So the first one will have 2 Zubats and a Golbat. The second one will have a Coughing and Drowsy, and the third one will have 2 Zubats, a Rattata, and Eradicate. Jesse and James, meanwhile, will have Meowth, Arbok, and Weezing. Why is Arbok just eyeing me suspiciously? Okay, yeah, I will swap out for... Yeah, let's get Teto out here. Alright. You will regret this. And Team Rocket's blasting off again. You came to save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the soul of Cubone's mother. Big Marowak's spirit has gone to the afterlife. Much thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokémon House, at the foot of this tower. Izilla, your Pokédex quest may fail without love for your Pokémon. I think this may help your quest. We have received a PokeFlute. Upon hearing the PokeFlute, sleeping Pokémon will spring awake. It works on all sleeping Pokémon. This is basically a, It's basically an infinite awakening, which is really, really helpful. Because, well, why wouldn't it be? However, we can do something pretty interesting. So, in case you have never interacted with Gen 1 before, if we come back out over this way, and head back over to Route 16, firstly, let's go ahead and save our game. A sleeping Pokemon blocks the way. Interesting. Didn't we just get an item that can use that? Izilla played the PokeFlute. Snorlax woke up. It attacked in a grumpy rage. This is one of 2 Snorlaxes in the game. And he comes in at a whopping level 30. Oh boy, Snorlax. This guy is a wall of a Pokemon. And he's also seen as one of the best options in the game. Again, there's only 2 of him. Oh, he comes with Amnesia? Oh my god. And he comes with Rest, which healed him. Oh boy. Oh, let's double kick. Why not? He has enough HP that it won't KO him anyways, even if we crit. Sleep should help us be able to capture him. Oh, he woke up, okay. So, let's throw a Great Ball. And not even a single shake. Okay. Let's try again. Nope. Amnesia again. Really? Sir, I can be here all day. I'm going to capture you, damn it. And he's resting. I don't want to use Horn Drill to weaken him because that will just KO him if it hits. And for the record, Snorlax wakes up from rest really quickly. Now, I don't want to use Thrash either because it might just KO him. Okay. Oh my god. Peace. Again, Snorlax being a wall is kind of guaranteed. Not sure why Snorlax specifically wakes up from rest really quickly. Like, seriously, why does he... Really? Really, game? Rat, go out. Oh wait, I can just use Thunder Wave. What am I doing? As it turned out, Rat had some use after all. Alright, let's see if this time we have better luck. Not even! I am... Oh my god. Oh, come on! I'm gonna be here until I catch him, trust me. Yes, I caught him! Only took a few, resets. This guy's our next team member. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, God. And with that, we have 4 of our permanent team members. What, you thought I was gonna keep Pikachu? Hell no. Anyways, that's actually gonna be it for this episode. So I'll see all of you in the next episode, where we move on to Saffron City. So until then, goodbye!